Hello and welcome to NewFilmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny De Lillo and we're here at the South Park Center. I'm here with Rachel with her movie, The End of Love. Let's take a look at the clip.
I can't sleep, something is off.
There's nothing wrong.
I
Let's
can't.
just go to bed.
I can't. No, I can't sleep like this. The way that you're acting is freaking me out, and I don't know how you can sleep.
Oh. Nothing is wrong.
I don't believe you.
Rachel, thank you for being here and thank you for graciously giving us your film, New Filmmakers.
Thank you for having me.
For those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
It's a very simple, intimate, character-driven short film about the end of a relationship between a man and a woman, and as that relationship ends, Sophie, the woman, is forced to cultivate a relationship with herself, sort of to look inwards and realize that the only thing that's going to get her through an incredibly trying time is reminding herself that she always has herself to fall back on.
Where did the inspiration come for you in creating this particular story?
Very much lifted from my life.
Yeah.
That breakup was so similar to a breakup that I had, which I often referred to as the emotional watershed event of my life. It happened a long time ago, but it still stays with me for a lot of reasons, mostly because after that relationship ended, I really had to look inwards. I was so devastated. I would say there was about a year of grieving where I really was sad about the relationship ending, but it was so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
And in that year, I looked inward and did a lot of work on myself, and what I learned was the beginning of a lesson we have to work on throughout our lives, which is how to love ourselves.
What made you kind of want to say, right, I need to tell this story, I need to put this out there and turn it into a film?
Well, at the time I was married, I didn't have a child, but I was very happily married, and I think with those types of experiences, there's an amount of perspective you need to have. I had written the script soon after the breakup happened, but I just didn't feel like it was the right time. I just felt like it was such a strong, visceral experience for me. And they say the more personal you are, the more universal you are. So it just felt like the right moment to share a story that whether it's a breakup or whether it's, something worse or more or less serious, we all have moments where we feel like we're in a really dark place.
Yeah.
And the only thing to lift us out of that often is ourselves. So
there's no more intimate moment you can get between what on camera or between, when they're in the bed together and they're just, you can feel the energy they have between them, and what they're kind of going through. And it's not that anyone is wrong or right, it's just how it is at that time.
It's just how it is, yeah. I love, I think as a filmmaker, as a writer, storyteller, I love capturing those moments of intimacy.
I felt it was like so intimate, I was there, it was insane.
Yeah, that's the stuff that excites me the most, especially as a director, like just to be able to work with, and you have to have actors who are really talented but also really available.
Speaking of which, they were a great pairing. How was the casting process for you?
Well, they were both. Madeline Zima is an incredible actress. She's in the movie Bombshell right now. She's just
that tiny film.
Just a tiny little movie. She's so talented, and she and I have been friends for a really long time. So, and one of the things that's bonded us over the years is just emotionally, we feel like we're very similar emotionally. We're very emotional and very effusive and open with our emotions. So I felt really safe having her kind of tell that story. And then Nick Thurston is an incredible actor who I had I'd met on a TV show, and then we ended up working on a short film together. So then I just loved him, and he also strangely reminded me of the guy that the movie was about.
Very convenient.
So it worked out. But he was just so great.
What was the biggest challenge you had in making it, if any? Because I know we talked about this last night.
Yeah.
But actually, it was okay.
That was okay. I was 8 months pregnant, so that, but I can't even say that it sounds like that should be a challenge, and it probably was, but I felt really energized by my pregnancy, so it was actually really fun to make it. It was not a challenging movie. It was so intimate, and I mean, we literally made it for nothing. I think I paid for lunch, and that was pretty much it.
Wow.
So it was, I guess not having a budget was a challenge, but that was a choice I made. So yeah, it wasn't too challenging.
I want to join all of your sets now, because you get through everything.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, having it at New Filmmakers LA with an audience and getting that reception? What was that experience like for you?
It was really fun. It was the first time I had seen it with an audience.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I felt like there was silence, and like I felt, particularly this scene in the bedroom is very intense, and I hoped and felt like people were kind of in it with them, and there was a relief when it was kind of over. And I've definitely felt like they were a captive audience, like they went on the ride, which was nice.
If there was kind of something you wanted your audience to kind of take from your film, what were you kind of hoping your audience would take from it?
It's a great question. I really wanted the audience to feel like they understood the importance and the power of being able to know yourself, to love yourself at whatever point of the journey that starts for you, knowing that regardless of what happens in life, through trying times, through good times, you always have the ability to come back inward. That's just the reason why people meditate and have spiritual practices, is you can't go out into the world and do the things you want efficiently and properly if you aren't whole on your own.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever read Letters to a Young Poet by Rilke, but he talks about like how when two people come together and they're both halves looking to form a whole, they end up causing friction and it never works. But when two people really are whole on their own is when they can truly fall in love, but also appreciate the other person's solitude. And I just feel like that's such a powerful message for all of us, whether it's because we're looking for love or just peace or happiness, to develop a relationship with yourself, to know how to love yourself, to lift yourself up, to talk yourself out of a bad situation. Because then when you have that, you can do you're like a superhuman. You know? You can then give that love to other people. You can help other people through a hard time. So I feel like it's like cultivating a superpower, and I don't think it's particularly praised in Western society.
No, it's right.
It is in other cultures more so.
Taboo, if anything. That's right. How much do we owe you for this therapy session? My goodness,
I'm like,
you've just given us a beautiful. Everyone's going to go out there feeling a little bit better about life now. That is the greatest gift. That is why I wanted to make the movie, to have other people feel that. We appreciate you making it for us. What's next for you, Rachel?
I have been really focused for the last year on writing a script, a feature romantic comedy that I've been working on with my writing partner, who's also one of my best friends. So that has consumed the last year, along with motherhood. And we're, as I said last night, like a day away from being done and sending it out into the world.
Amazing.
And then I want to do some more directing, because I was sitting in that theater last night and I was really missing being behind the camera.
No, we need you directing, and we need more of your films and your great insight and intake of life and helping us all grow closer together. So
thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel.
That means a lot.
No, I really mean it, and thank you for your talents, and please keep making more movies for us as well.
Thank you.